Howdy, I'm Leighton Sashery with the Texas A&M Forest Service. In honor of National Invasive Species Awareness Week, we're back on the streets to see what people know about invasive species. Do you guys know what an invasive species is?
Yes, but no. Like, I do, I've heard it, but no.
Yes and no. I could gather some context clues. Yeah.
It's not native to the area that takes over a species that is maybe native to the area.
A species that comes in and invades or is like destroying a certain habitat maybe.
A species not native to the area.
The species that overgrows other plants around it and kills them.
Something that comes into the environment that's not supposed to be there.
It'll mess up the whole like food, what is it called? The food chain.
Ecosystem.
Yeah, you guys nailed it. So to be an invasive species, you have to be non-native to the region, and you have to have some kind of measurable negative impact or harm to the environment. Do you know, or can you think of any harmful or negative impacts that invasive species may cause?
I couldn't tell you. No idea. Do they kill good plants?
Well, they could eat things and cause harm to that.
Specifically, I guess, like in terms of like trees, like certain diseases that'll affect a tree that'll come into like an ecosystem and like kill off a different like specific type of like tree species.
You gave a great example. So a really good example of that in the state of Texas is the emerald ash borer, which is an invasive pest that's coming in and basically wiping out the ash trees in the DFW area right now. So very harmful. So invasive species outcompete native species, and they cause harm to our water resources and wildlife and ecosystem services and all of those things, right? Do you know how invasive species get here?
No.
Usually people bring them in from outside sources.
I don't.
I would assume people would have brought them.
Birds.
If it's like a plant, like obviously the wind or like an animal will carry that with them.
I'm assuming that we probably bring them here on accident. I mean, just like organisms on the bottom of your shoe or in like the tires of a truck.
So sometimes man brought them in, right? They thought a Chinese tallow tree from China is going to look really pretty here, but it's actually super invasive. But a lot of times it's accidental as well. People bring things over on accident, or they attach themselves to like shipping cargoes and we don't know it, and they just reseed here. So now that we've talked about all of these things for invasive species, when it comes to trees specifically, why do you think it's important to plant the right tree in the right place?
Shop local. I don't know.
That's perfect. We should use that as our tagline, shop local.
You want to take into account all the species that are already there so that it's good for them as well as the trees.
It helps you not waste your resources and maintain what you already have without going against nature, you know?
Absolutely. We want to plant things that are going to add the most benefit to us by using less resources. So when we plant native species or native trees, they don't take as much water to grow, and they're going to give us the most benefit in the long term than things that are invasive here.